This is the fifth lockdown, as I mentioned. Does it feel different this time? I know you're not a psychoanalyst, but it's 5 days now, and Melburnians feel pretty weary, don't they?
They do. Look, hello, Laura. Nice to speak with you. It is tough. And I know that there are now millions of people around Australia, particularly in New South Wales and Victoria, who are feeling the same way. It's deflating, it's frustrating, it causes anxiety, and there's a devastation that comes both in financial sense as well as emotional, mental levels of energy, etc. So this is a 5-day lockdown. We want to go hard here in Victoria and we want to come out of it fast.
Yeah, indeed. When you look at what support is on offer, is that enough? We now know it's from day one. Melburnians don't care who pays for it. That's being sorted out in National Cabinet. But it won't be on length of a lockdown. It'll be on the income that you lose.
Well, look, everything that's extra to help is welcome. And I think that recognition that that hardship starts on day one of a lockdown, in the first moment of the lockdown, is important. And that's what we're seeing with this new package. So that's incredibly welcome. I guess what we would add, certainly speaking to so many business owners around town, is that lockdowns are extreme, but they also have a lag impact on business. Today, our pedestrian foot traffic is down by about 75%, which you would expect. So people are adhering to the restrictions. And it's a long way back for so many of our business owners, even once restrictions lift, to getting back to normal revenue levels based on footfall. So we do need to see that ongoing support.
The lag time is a real problem here, because we're even seeing a bit of a lag effect from the last lockdown you had. What are you looking at long term, particularly in Melbourne's CBD?
Well, there's a lot of work and analysis underway. There's no doubt that the pandemic around the world has changed the way that people live and work. From our perspective, different doesn't have to be bad, different can be good. But it's really about establishing that new rhythm of our city and moving towards that as quickly as possible. Our financial analysis shows that we can get back to 2019 economic activity levels by about 2024. And from our perspective, that is a worst case forecast, and we're doing everything we can to move more swiftly than that. At a local government level, it's definitely about providing support by doing all those efforts to bring people back.
Mayor, I think people are pretty sick of the blame game at this point in the pandemic. You might agree with me there. But what about the long-term effect on people? The psychology of this is so hard. I feel like there's a big difference to last year, to this year. There was a bit of hope last year, and that resilience is starting to ebb away.
It really is, Laura. I agree with you. It's like the physics of a bouncing ball. Every time it comes back up, it's a little bit lower. The effort that's required to get going again is that much harder. And I take your point absolutely. Those long-term implications from mental health through to rebuilding economies is probably not fully understood yet or cannot be quantified. And I think that's the other reason why early support is important, because it does relieve people's hardship. It also relieves the long-term impacts. And we really do need to recognise we're going to have sustained efforts here. The mental anguish that's been caused cannot be underestimated.
Indeed. Well, Sally Capp, thanks for your time this morning, and a bit of solidarity between Sydney and Melbourne, indeed, our entire states this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you.